What's up? I'm going to play to a backing track in a minute, but I'm just making sure the sound and everything is good. What do you guys think of this guitar? You ever seen this one before? It's pretty cool. Got brand new strings on this. It sounds really good, and yeah, I haven't played this one in a while, but yeah, basically, okay, someone said beryllium pups. These are actually Holdsworth pickups. They sound really good, but if I want, you know what I can do? I can do this, and I can make them what's it called? Single coils. It's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to pull up a backing track that I've spent the last few minutes making chords with. Or I should say, yeah, I spent the last couple minutes making just a quick little backing track just to, you know, mess around with. And yeah, let's do some shredding on that. Oh, whoops. Wow, it ends. I forgot about that. All right. Maybe I'll go back to that a little bit. I'm just getting warmed up right now. And yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just getting warmed up. So how was the playing? Sounding... Oh wow, that was the ad. I got this muted. Thumbs up. All right. How was the playing? Am I sounding any decent right now? Because my hands, man, they're cold right now. You ever have that happen? Great room audio, by the way. Oh, that's good to know, actually. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm going to turn this back on. Does it really sound that good? That's good to know, man. That's awesome. So what's happening here is I'm basically I'm gonna actually adjust this seat to make it easier to play. Yeah, I'm gonna move a couple things here to make it yeah, I got a short cable right now because one of my cables wasn't working. I have like a Malmsteen cable. It wasn't working at the moment, so I had to switch cables, and it's a little shorter. But speaking of Malmsteen, you know what I got is actually a Scalloped fretboard on this guitar. You guys want to check it out? Look at that. It's freshly restrung and everything, man. It's a great guitar. I haven't played this one in a while, but it's great. I mean, it's sick. Like you said, it looks sick. So yeah, you can really get those awesome bends. So it said, oh, nice. Didn't know they offered that on the Delos. Oh, the scallop frets? Yeah, man. I might have been like one of the first people to actually get the scallop frets because I think right when I got this guitar, they just started offering it, so I might have like the first Kiesel scalloped guitar neck. LOL, you tune like I do? Open strings? Yeah, I heard something out of tune, so I was like... So yeah. Someone said, oh yeah, by the way, with tuning on this, you gotta tune it down there. I don't know if anyone knows that with headless guitars. It's a little different, but it's cool though. I mean, I don't mind it. It's kind of like a Floyd Rose. I mean, the tuning stability is like a Floyd Rose too, in my opinion. Yeah, I like it. It's like I view this as like my 80s shredder guitar kind of thing, because you don't really get the well, I don't usually get 22 fret or 24 frets on guitars, so this is my 24 fret guitar, that and my Delos. The guitar turned out nice. Yeah, this one did turn out really nice, and actually this is the first crackle finish they did in this exact, finish. This was like a special thing when this when they first did this finish. When I requested it, it was something they hadn't tried before, because it's got like a bluish, purplish color like that, and I don't know if they tried all that in these combinations before. And yeah, this is the back of it. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, it's amazing. I really need to play this more, and that's why I got it restrung, got it all set up, got everything sounding good. Do you like flame maple on Delos? That Delos right there, the one I'm pointing at, that has flame maple on the fretboard. It's sweet. I mean, it's absolutely like completely beautiful. It's great. I mean, really, you couldn't ask for much better of a flame maple. Actually, that's roasted flame maple. So if you're into roasted flame maple, yeah, man, that's about as good as it gets for the fretboard. I didn't get that on the neck, but just the fretboard. The neck would be cool too, but I just went with the fretboard. I just went with the fretboard. Someone said, do you still have that buckethead guitar you made videos with some years ago? Yeah, man, I still have that guitar. I just don't really play it much anymore. It's just more of like a guitar that looks really cool, and I shouldn't say, I mean, it actually does look really cool. It's just more like, I've had it for so long, why would I get rid of it? It's just a sweet guitar. It looks cool, plays really great, sounds great, and it's big, so it's a baritone. So if you haven't ever played a baritone, you should try a baritone, because they're big. It's like a bass, so it's not necessarily the easiest thing to play. It's not like we're gonna go for arpeggios like this, like it's nothing. Like right here on the neck, it's pretty hard to get that stretch. And try a baritone. You're gonna find that it's big. So someone said, Cappuccino, you gave me a great idea. Imagine the crackle finish with a transparent flamed top underlay. I'm trying to imagine that, and I'm not sure if I can imagine it at the moment. I was looking at a crackle finish I liked the other day that was really cool. I was like, you know what? Maybe my next build should be a crackle finish again, with like a Delos like that, probably is what I would go with. This crackle is so cool. Someone said, do you have any favorite patterns that you string together? Yeah, I mean, I definitely have some go-to patterns. I tend to do this a lot. Use like arpeggios. With my scales like that, it's pretty cool. You ever stand up and play? Yeah, man. I do. Do some selective picking. So if I'm going to do some selective picking, what I'll do is... Oh, wait, I do have the split coil on. I've had it on this whole time. That's interesting. I was going to say I'm going to do the split coil like this and get that like sound that you kind of want for selective picking, but I already had that tone going on, so let's try it. I don't use this technique much, to be honest, but I've created some licks that I use that with, so... And that was like probably one of the only ones, to be honest. And it sounds cool though. It's kind of hard to play though. But if you do some key changes, like I was doing actually different arpeggios like this, where got water on my hands. Hate when that happens. It's all good though. What's it called? So these are the other shapes. Maybe this is it. That one's difficult. I'm gonna try that real quick. That transition to that part of the sequence, it's kind of hard. Oh my gosh, it is tough. Sounds cool though when you do this. Tough. Oh my gosh. Someone just said do selective picking, so I'm like, let me think of my only selective picking lick and try it. It's easy though. It's not really too difficult, to be honest. It's just down, up, hammer on, hammer on. You could do it with diminished seventh too. It's actually pretty easy. That was kind of cool. Someone said, dude, you're probably one of the smoothest players I've seen on YouTube. You should be a lot more popular. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Tosin vibes? Yeah, I mean, that's the inspiration for sure. Hey man, just wanted to say, keep doing what you are doing. You're an inspiration. All the best. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Seriously. Thank you to everyone. Shout out to all you guys for watching, subscribing, and commenting. I really appreciate the support. Seriously, really appreciate it. Someone said, would you or have you considered releasing songs like on Spotify or something? If you did, I would 100% listen to it. Yeah, man, I'm working on that right now, actually. We're getting closer to the finished product on that for sure. So I'll have like an EP finish pretty soon. And it'll definitely be on Spotify. I second the Spotify comment. Yeah, man, it'll be on all platforms. I'm gonna do some more jamming on this backing track. Draw my pick. Big hug here from Brazil. I follow your work. Hey, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Who is your favorite guitarist? I have a lot of favorite guitarists. To name a few, like Paul Gilbert, Yngwie Malmsteen, definitely in the top two. Still warming up, guys. Literally. How do you get the tone? I'm using a Polychrome DSP right now. I created a preset today, and I'm using the sound that I created. And it sounds really good. The delay's perfect, literally, and the reverb's really good too. What picks do you prefer? I prefer Dunlop Alltech Sharp 1.0. Been using them for like a decade, and yeah, they sound really good. I like them a lot. I've been using these exclusively, really, for the last 5 or so years. Like, I just really don't like anything else when I play it. I mean, if I do like it, it's usually for like maybe a day or two, and then end up going back to these. It's just like one of those things. They just feel right in the hands for me. Please play some Buckethead licks. Here's a good Buckethead lick. How was that? That was kind of Buckethead. Buckethead also does a cool lick like this in Soothsayer. Love it. I'm sure you'll mention Paul Gilbert, right? Good job, bro. Yeah, Paul Gilbert's great. He's one of my favorites. I just was talking about him probably 2 minutes ago. He's awesome. I can really appreciate the improv starting life. So he said, I can really appreciate the improv starting life as a blues guitarist myself. Metal stuff is a lot more difficult to improv to. Actually, that is a good that is a good point. Yeah, blues lends itself to improv in a way. I mean, not in a way, it definitely does. So, metal in a lot of ways is hard to improvise because, yeah, you gotta find ways to be really creative. Hey Stratton, are your signature guitars available for purchase? No, I don't have any signature guitars, but you can spec them out just like this if you want through Kiesel, and yeah, you can do that. But I don't have a signature model yet. You never know in the future, but as of right now, I don't have anything that's a signature, but you could spec it out just like this. It's a crackle finish, headless Delos, Holdsworth pickups. It's got a split coil right here, so you can get that single coil sound. I hate the sound of clean with low action, someone said. Really? What's the problem with that? Play a Phrygian dominant lick? Okay. So if you're in Phrygian dominant, you're going to want to start on E if you're in E Phrygian dominant. kind of Phrygian. Oh, that definitely was E Phrygian dominant. That's cool. That's a cool lick. Someone said, "Can you play in the style of Jason Becker?" I definitely take a lot of inspiration from his arpeggio playing. I really like his use of like chromatics too. In like arpeggio sequences, it's really cool. Like how he does in Serrano, that chromatic sequence, like towards the end, kind of the sweeps. They're like really cool. Actually, those arpeggios are really, really cool. I was actually learning the correct way to play that diminished part towards the end. That's tough. I'm still working on it. Can you suggest how to tap from nowhere? Left hand, index finger. How to tap from nowhere? Left hand, index finger? So like hammer-ons from nowhere, just like, just view it like a piano. It's kind of like Sean Land. I learned that from him. That's a good lick, though. That's what I think of when I think of hammer-ons from nowhere. Do you play any Jimi Hendrix? I actually was just playing some Jimi Hendrix a little earlier today. I was. What's the best way to practice with a metronome? You know, you gotta mess around with different timing, I guess. That's what I would say, you know. If you're gonna practice some scales, work on different timing, and yeah. Also, if you have like a drum track, maybe just do that. That's what I like to do, is when I have a drum track, keep the metronome on to keep you really locked in time, and that tends to keep you really in good time, you know. That's what I would say. I prefer a drum track just because it gives you I think a better sense of direction in a way with your leads and practice and stuff, because if you're not very good with time, you may not be totally aware of like what bar and what measure you're at. So I prefer a drum track. But if you're good with time and stuff, maybe just use a metronome by itself. But I suggest, you know, try a 4/4 backing track or a 4/4 drum track just to get a feel for, you know, the beat. Best 80s solo. That's a good question, man. I would say possibly Flying High Again. That's really good. I don't know about you guys, but I like that solo a lot. I was listening to that the other day, and I was thinking that's a good solo, man. It's pretty underrated in my opinion. I mean, it's a good one. Maybe another good one is too Mr. Crowley. It's good. We're talking really early 80s, so I'll give you something mid 80s too. How about let me think. Mid 80s. Oh, this is a good one. How about that one from Whitesnake? There's a lot of good from Whitesnake. Never mind. There's so many. Let's think of something else. Because they always have really great guitar solos. I was thinking Bon Jovi. There's a lot of good good ones from. Those short solos are always great. Let's think of a long one though. Like a long solo, because they're all like a lot more. Sometimes the mainstream songs are not as like long, and you know, they're like not the Randy Rhoads solos that are like really long. So how about Sweet Child of Mine is good too. That's a longer one. But my favorite, I don't know, man. That's a good question. I'd have to think about it. There's always good stuff from Yngwie, like on Trilogy. That was great. So much good stuff. Far Beyond the Sun, that's a good solo. You remind me of someone, Jason Becker. Maybe I'm not the only one who said that. You're not the only one who said that, actually. A lot of people have said that to me. Went from 3mm Dunlop big stubby picks for 17 years to Jazz 3s and will never look back. Yeah, I used to use those big stubby ones, the purple ones. I think those are 2.0 though. Those are good. Actually, they had a decent tone to them for sure. But I found that the ones I use right now, I like for the overall, it's better for a little bit more for rhythm, because those big stubby kind of, aren't they like different for I got lucky on that one. I was thinking it was the E that was out of tune, but it was actually the A, and I was right. So yeah, for rhythm, I think these are the best ones overall for me, but the Jazz 3s are great too. I use those for a long time. Those are actually good for rhythm. Best way to practice with the metronome regularly. Agreed. I was waiting for Guthrie to come up. He's good. How do you write alien sounding guitar lick? Or how do you write alien sounding licks? Listen to Guthrie Govan or Joe Satriani. They'll play some really good stuff like that. Now listen to guitar players that have cool stuff. Best 80s solo, in my honest opinion, is Yngwie's live version of Heaven Tonight in Leningrad. Heaven Tonight, I love that song. That's a really good one. Seriously, I love that song. I love the vibes. Love the vibes of that 80s style. You know, 80s is great, and that song really is like totally how the 80s vibes are. Love your playing. Thanks for the live. Hey, thank you so much for the support and joining in the live. I really appreciate it. Do you know Marshall Harrison? Any thoughts? Yeah, I know Marshall Harrison. Well, I've like watched his videos, and dude is like really good. His technique is very smooth. Your Buckethead tutorials from years ago are so helpful. Any tips on his legato style? Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And I'm glad they are so helpful. But it's not really legato style. It's more, you know, a combination of legato and picking. So don't just play legato like. Whoops. That happens when you have a scalloped fretboard sometimes. Yeah, with the scalloped fretboard, the string will go like, it'll go like that sometimes. But yeah, just pretty much use picking with legato. So maybe try this lick like this. So try this lick. Down stroke, hammer on, up, down, up. That's a good start, to be honest. You'll definitely get some good licks out of that, I think, especially if you know your scales quite well. If you know your scales quite well, you'll definitely be able to do... You'll be able to, you know, play that for a while and get a lot of licks, you know. So hopefully that was helpful. Can you show the guitar? That looks sick. Yeah, man. This is a Kiesel Headless Delos. It's got gold Evo frets. It's also got scallop frets. It's got a roasted maple neck. Crackle finish. Look at that. Seriously, look at that. It looks so amazing. And it's got a split coil right there, so you can get it to sound like single coils if you want. And then it has Holdsworth pickups, Allen Holdsworth pickups, and yeah, I think that's it. And Kiesel hip shot trem system. It's like a Floyd Rose. Seriously, it operates like a Floyd Rose, but like it still has a good feel to it in my opinion. And yeah, I like it a lot. This is one of my favorite guitars actually. This is my second Kiesel, but this is actually the first one I ever spec'd out because I really was curious on how a headless guitar played because I never had one. Do you find scallop frets are helpful? How is playing chords? Well, scallop frets for chords are not really helpful, to be honest, because it makes everything a little harder to play. But what really is helpful with the scallop frets is actually the vibrato. So when you bend a note or bend a string, you can really get good control over that, so it sounds great. That's the main benefit. Other than that, there is no benefit really. I mean, it's not that comfortable to play. Makes everything harder. Literally makes everything harder to play, but the benefit is really for the vibrato. But I think it's worth it to have at least one. And if you like it that much, some people really have it for like every guitar. But I like to just have like one guitar with a scallop fretboard. I don't know if I'll ever get another one. I mean, you never know, but you never know. I've been really liking it, to be honest, lately, but it is hard to play, I'll be honest, like compared to my other guitars. But another thing I wanted to add is this actually has a 20-inch radius. So for the question about the guitar, this is a 20-inch radius, and that is a lot different to all my other guitars as well. So it's really cool. Very cool. Okay. Is Strat Marshall your real name, or is it a reference to Stratocaster? Or is it a reference to Stratocaster? Oh my gosh! Is Strat Marshall your real name, or is it a reference to Stratocaster and Marshall? Well, the thing is, it is my real name, but Marshall is my middle name. But yeah, it was based off of the Fender Stratocaster and Marshall amp. So yeah, it was based off of those things, the Fender Stratocaster and the Marshall amp. And he said, if so, then you were born to play guitar. How many years did it take to start shredding even a little bit? Awesome content, by the way. Thank you so much. I just dropped my pick. Thank you so much. And how many years did it take to start shredding even a little bit? I got shredding even a little bit within 6 months. I learned eruption within 6 months of playing guitar, but also I played a lot of guitar. I probably played more guitar than most, to be honest, because I was like one of those people who wanted to get really good really fast. I was not really happy with not being good, because I'm like one of those people who once they get started with something, that I want to get really good at it really quickly. And yeah, that's what I kind of did. I played a lot of guitar and practiced a lot, so soon enough I was able to play Eruption, although it wasn't that great. Like I wasn't playing super clean at that time, but I still learned it. And for playing for only truly 6 months, I thought, for playing that long, I thought it was pretty good. And then with that ability to play something like that, you kind of like get the motivation to keep going. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm doing a good job answering these questions. There's a lot of good ones. How do you know what key songs are in? It requires you to know like a little bit of theory, I would say. Mainly chords. If you know chords quite well, you can kind of figure out the key of a song. So if you know G major, you kind of know that the chords in G major are, so if you know the G major scale, you'll know that the chords inside of the G major scale are G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D dominant 7, E minor, F sharp minor, back to G major. So I would say that's a good place to start. Does it sound... I don't actually know what we were talking about there. Okay, with the Scalloped fretboard, do you not press completely to the fretboard? How does it help? That crackle is insane. Thanks for showing it. Yeah, no problem. Do you not press completely to the fretboard? I don't really know how that works. I'm still pressing the fretboard, I believe. I think I'm pressing down. Yeah, it's just one of those things that there's less wood essentially on the fretboard, and with that less wood, it gives you that extra control, like to be able to do this like no problem. See how effortless that is? It's like insane. You don't really get that with a normal flat fretboard, I guess. But there are some reasons that people don't like Scalloped fretboards, because they are harder to play, like being able to do that is actually slightly more difficult. So yeah, some people consider it worth it. I mean, I think it's worth it to have at least one, and I'm used to it, to be honest. It's not too big of an issue for me to have, or have what's it called, to have all the time. It's not a big deal, but after a while of playing it, like all the time, you start to notice it. I slow down a little bit. I can feel it. There's like a little resistance happening. So to have you playing one of these all the time, it does kind of get annoying after a while, but it is definitely worth it for the vibrato, I think. It's like, it's crazy. It's awesome though. I like it. I like it. What's a good place to start with theory? Just learn modes and chords is what I would say. Modes and chords. And what I mean by modes is the modes of the major scale. So just learn all the modes of the major scale like this. And that'll help, like, you know, with your ear, because like with your ear you'll hear like what sounds right, and Yeah. Like, well, I mean, what I mean by what sounds right is what's in key essentially. And whatever's in key, you'll be able to play a little bit better because your ear is kind of hearing it. That at least is what helped me, because I didn't really learn theory the traditional way. I just like basically learned a bunch of scales like this. And essentially I was good at playing the guitar like that. And later I applied the theory by already knowing the scale. So when someone would say a certain scale and I didn't know what they were talking about, and then I saw them play the scale, I'm like, oh wait, I do know what they're talking about. I just didn't know the name. So maybe start by learning the name, or maybe the shape. Depends, I guess. But okay. You are doing a great job of hosting your show, and I thank you for allowing us this opportunity into your studio. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Seriously. Thank you so much. What's the radius on that fretboard? So that's a good question, and this one is a unique answer because it's a 20-inch radius. You're probably not expecting that because all my other guitars are, a little bit more traditional. Well, that one right there that I'm pointing to is 12 to 16 compound radius, so that one's a little different too, but I think that's what I like the most overall, just because I think it's a little bit better for chords, I think, and the 20 is a little bit harder for certain chords, like up here, if I want to be able to do. It's a little bit harder for chords up here. And with that, I think it's just slightly easier. And for up here too, like it's a little bit, I mean, it's manageable, I would say, but yeah, I like 12 to 16 compound, but the 20-inch radius is great for shredding. Like you're able to completely shred like this up here though. Like it's way easier to shred like that up here than it is on a 12 to 16 compound. So there's pros and cons to both, but overall I would pick 12 to 16 compound if I had to say my favorite. But I do like the 20. It just has some things I don't like about it. Well, it's not that I don't like it, just there's some advantages and disadvantages, I would say. But overall, I like it. Okay, someone said, do you still play 8-gauge strings? Yes, I do. Love them. When is the album coming out? Hopefully soon, man. I'm working really hard on it. And it's going to be an EP. Want to see, or he said, I think he wants to see Guthrie licks legato technique. I'll try something. Was that Guthrie style? I don't know. I tried. I've been playing the same guitar since 1985. Do you think the fretboard has become scalloped from overuse? No, I don't think so. I have a guitar from 1986, or maybe it's 85. It's a Fender Stratocaster from 1985, and it's pretty, like, it's not in perfect condition, but it's in pretty good condition. But there are some it's got some wear on it, but it's definitely not scalloped from playing it a bunch, for sure. Definitely not scalloped. And I think your guitar probably fretboard is flat. But if there is some wear, I mean, it's not going to probably scallop it, because your frets are going to be really, I don't know if this angle will show how it looks, but if you look, especially right there, there's a lot less wood than a flat fretboard. All right, let me read some more comments. Stratton, hello, bro. I saw your buckethead videos, and that I'm also fully up to speed with that lick. Oh, that's cool, man. I'm glad those videos helped you. Kiesel only scallops non-compound, no? I just got the bad news for my build. I don't know, to be honest, because this is the only build I've ever requested a scallop fretboard on. And this happens to be a 20-inch radius, so I really don't know. But yeah, I don't really know the answer to your question, but you want a 12 to 16 compound radius? What's up, Stratton? How are you? I'm good, man. Thank you so much. How are you? You like 8-string guitars, maybe tuning from B to high A? High A as in like an 8-string up there? Or just two? Oh, wait. He's not talking about a high string. He's talking about 2 low strings. Yeah. No, I've never played an 8-string, but I was just thinking about it. Maybe I should get an 8-string and try some newer ideas. Maybe I could come up with some innovative stuff with that. I don't know. It seems like that could be something cool to try for sure. I don't know if it'll be my main guitar, but you never know. You really don't. You gotta try to find out. You like Ted Green? Ted Green as the one author of that book, if that's what I'm thinking of. He has that chord book. So I ordered a second neck and will scallop myself. Really? You're gonna scallop it yourself? Wow. Have you figured out the 8-finger computer tapping? Buckethead style? I mean, I know how to do it. I'm not in practice with it, though. Great licks, but can you play many original riffs? Yeah, man. And do you jam to any heavy metal bands for practice? Yeah, man. I was doing some jamming to some backing tracks in the beginning of this live. Eight-string guitars, but yeah, do I jam to heavy metal bands for practice? Yeah, man, I do for sure. I like a lot of heavy metal bands, like mainly 80s, but yeah, I like some of the new stuff too. Metal's awesome. 8 strings give me muting issues without a string wrap. My hands are small and struggle with it. Yeah, I've never played an 8-string. I really don't know. I really don't know how that really works. I don't really know the tuning. I don't really know anything about it. But maybe I should learn about it. That's for sure. I mean, you never know. Maybe I should have Kiesel let me know about a 8-string guitar. You could get a 8-string headless. Okay, yeah, I've done over 30 necks. I'd prefer it done by them, but I have tons of files and it's not as hard as you'd think, especially with an oil finish. Interesting. Wow, you've done over 30 necks. Wow. That's crazy. So you have some experience. You must really like scallop fretboards. How do you switch positions smoothly with longer shred licks? I really don't know. Never thought of that question before, so I'm trying to think of a response. Like, how do you switch positions? I don't know. You just gotta prepare the right fingerings, I guess. If you have the right fingerings, you'll be able to play everything a lot more efficiently, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe that would help. Are you a Blackmore fan? Oh yeah, I love Richie Blackmore. Seriously. Favorite Sabbath song? What is the name of this song I'm thinking of? Oh, dang it. I can't think of the name of this specific song. I mean, I'll just say War Pigs. I mean, that's the one everyone knows, but dang it, I wish I could think of this one specific one. It's heavy. I think Buckethead plays it too. He does like a cover of it. Have any bands approached you yet for an audition? Not yet, no. That would be really cool though. Every single one is scalloped, LOL. I even scallop my acoustics. Are you serious? That's crazy, man. Why do you scallop your acoustics? Do you do like, you must bend some strings on your acoustics. I love the Kiesel hipshot trem too. It's so good to get some good vibrato out of that. It's time to do some tuning. I was playing with the trem for quite a while before this went out of tune. It was inevitable that it'll go out of tune after. Well, it's still pretty much brand new strings, so still got to settle. But the tuning stability is great on this guitar. Okay. I appreciate the virtuosity, enjoy it, but it's struggle to listen to for any long period. Oh, they're talking about Polyphia and Sean. All the new instrumental artists. Them brand new strings are stretching, yeah. How many hours a day do you practice? And on the subject of tuning, do you ever down tune like YJM? You said YJM, yeah, YJM. Do I ever down tune? No, I don't really tune down at all anymore. I used to, but I used to tune a half step down, but I just standards simple as far as intonation goes, and I actually once tuned down to C sharp standard. So your E chord would be C sharp minor. And actually, it sounded really good, which was about a step and a half down, and I quite liked it. Actually, it was great, to be honest. But I didn't stick to that tuning for too long. But it was fun while I had it in that tuning. Do you have any musician in the family? It seems you learned right early. Yeah, my dad is a guitar player. He is a guitar player, so yeah, I have some musicians in my family for sure. What is the most impressive thing you can play? I don't really know, but I'll play something that's pretty hard to play, and maybe you'll find it impressive. But it sounds really cool. I meant to do this. Tough. What type of delay do you use, and what are your typical delay settings? So I'm using the delay from the Polychrome DSP McRockland Suite plugin, and yeah, the settings, I mean, I'm just using pretty much the stock settings. It sounds good. I mean, you get a good delay out of that, so I like it. Like, check it out. It's even good for rhythm, to be honest. Like, you can use rhythm with that delay setting easily. Like, rhythms usually are hard to play with delay, but this is pretty good. I mean, it's really good, actually. It's great. It's phenomenal. What famous guitarists have you met in person? I've met a few. Definitely met a few at NAMM, and yeah. I did a live stream with Michelangelo Badio. You can watch that. That's the first one that comes to mind right now is Michelangelo Badio. We did a live stream. Check it out. It's really cool. I mean, meeting Michelangelo Badio, I've met him quite a few times, and I'm friends with him. He's amazing. He's completely just one of the best technical guitarists ever. Just watching him shred in person is like, he's just like, so clean. His technique is flawless. I think it's a room reverb. I really don't know. It's delay and reverb. But I like it. What string gauge do you use? I use 8s. I just got some 8s on this, brand new strings. And yeah, they're 8 through 38, and you can get some really good bends. Really good bends out of it, you know? Try it. Did you learn speed kills by chance? Since we are talking about Badio, LOL. Did I learn speed kills by chance? I don't remember what instructionals that I learned from him, but I remember watching his instructionals a lot. Like seriously, like a lot. Like there was a lot of that stuff that I learned, and it was really helpful for me, honestly. Like it was very helpful. I really remember watching this one video, and he was playing some lick like this. Something like that, and I just remember thinking the technique was just like so clean. There was like no palm muting or anything. It was just like so flawless. But yeah, he's a legend. He's definitely one of the greatest of all time. Definitely one of the greatest of all time. And he invented the double neck guitar, the one that's like this, the one that's like you kind of have to be a little ambidextrous to play. I'm actually learning No Boundaries by Badio right now. That's a good song. That's a really cool song. I love that. Especially that neoclassical part at the end. That is awesome. Seriously. Who do you think is the best technical guitarist at the moment? That's a good question. It's a really good question. I don't really know. Best technical guitarist at the moment. There's a lot of them. Rick Graham is really good. Like, one of the best technical guitarists, for sure. What do you guys think of Rick Graham? Who else? Someone said, what do you think of Uli John? I think it's pronounced Uli John. He said Uli John Ron. I think he means Uli John Roth. What do I think of him? I think he's one of the innovative guitarists, for sure, of the 70s, late 70s. He's definitely an innovator. He's really good. I have a Uli inspired lick for sure. Michael Romeo, maybe, he said. Yeah, he's really good too. I mean, definitely can't go wrong with Michael Romeo as one of the best technical guitar players. Rick Graham is great. One of the best technique I've ever seen. Yeah, he's definitely got one of the best techniques I've ever seen too. One of the best technique, yeah. It's crazy because he can play classical guitar amazingly well too. So if you can play classical guitar that well and electric guitar that well, that's just like so incredible. Badio is so good. His hands are without shadows. Oh yeah, Hands Without Shadows. That's a good song. It's a great song, actually. Will you eventually get a multi-scale guitar? You never know, but I've never really thought of, I don't even know the advantages of a multi-scale guitar, to be honest. Is it for like different tunings? They're like slanted frets. They're like frets that aren't like even, right? They're like they go that way or something. They're like different. Yeah, I don't know. Will I ever get one? I don't really know anything about them, to be honest. So you never know. I guess maybe. I guess if I feel the need that I need one, maybe. You never know. He said, string tension improvements for downtuning. Okay, downtuning, okay. Ergonomics and low tunings for 7s and 8s, as in 7 or 8 strings, okay. Or heavy strings. I like them mostly for helping my wrist not be as fatigued. Okay. Maybe I should look more into them. What is a key to learn neoclassical? This is a chord progression you're going to definitely want to learn. And with that chord progression, you'll definitely get some neoclassical sounds out of it for sure. I mean, you're going to be able to play some arpeggios, like so yeah, try that. That'll help. Anymore after owning multi-scale, I don't see much benefit to it for anything other than chuggy rhythm stuff if they are comfortable. Huh. What's your favorite note? I don't know mine, by the way. Probably C major when you're in Lydian, when you're in C Lydian. That's a good note. It really is. It's probably my favorite. I just love the sound of it in that context, for sure. Keep calm and Ingve. How do you pronounce it? Ingve? Keep calm and Ingve. LOL. Definitely that was Ingve. C Lydian is awesome. Yeah, I like that key a lot. It's very great. You get some really cool. Get some Joe Satriani, Steve Vai type vibes for sure. Pronounced Ingve, you got it. Oh yeah, cool. I've said it so many different ways over the years. I never actually thought what is the correct way. I just said it and never went back to actually think what's the correct pronunciation. And I keep dropping my pick. Chugs. Zero or 0 zeros. What body wood is that guitar made of? Actually, that's one thing I forgot to add. This is a different body wood than all my other guitars. This is swamp ash, and it's actually quite heavy. It's heavy even though it's a headless, but it's got a good thick sound to it. Do dive bombs. Done with my coffee. They say swamp ash is light, but my 8-string Aries is like 14 pounds. Yeah, swamp ash apparently is swamp ash is apparently like light sometimes, and then sometimes it's quite heavy. So I know it's a good wood though. It sounds great. Like this wood is very good sounding. I'll admit, I really like it. But my favorite is probably right now mahogany. It sounds really good. Mahogany with maple as your top, and you'll get some really good Les Paul-like sounds. That's probably the wood combination I'll go with for my next Delos. What's your fave DAW currently? So my favorite digital audio workstation is Logic Pro X. I've always really preferred Logic Pro X just because it's really the only one I have ever used other than a couple others, and I've been using that one for the longest, and I just know it really well, and I think it's a great DAW for sure. It's definitely my favorite. Definitely my favorite. There's a lot of cool plugins or like virtual instruments, whatever they're called, in the DAW, so it's really great. Stratton, my guy, how we be doing? I'm doing good. How are you? Thank you. You're awesome. Much love from Canada. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. What's the chance you can do the lick you did when you showed your new Delos? Oh, which one? Which one? Dang. I just don't even know what we're talking about here. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the last one. Okay, the last one. Is it tapping? Is it tapping? It's tapping. Oh, okay. Maybe I will remember it. Ah, I don't know how to. I don't remember it. Hold on. I don't really know what we're. I don't know it. I'd have to rewatch it. Hey, at least you're happy about what I played because it was similar. I know it was an E major. What will be on the new EP? Because we haven't had anything of Neoclassical Shred for some time, so will it be that? Also, best wishes from England. Hey, thank you for your question. And yes, it is very neoclassical. The most recent track that I wrote is so neoclassical. Oh my gosh. It's like ridiculously neoclassical. So if you are interested in that, it's definitely neoclassical. I'll even play you a cool arpeggio sequence from the neoclassical track. I played it a little bit. Actually, I think I played it here earlier, but the arpeggio sequence is quite hard, so I'll try it again. Oof, it's tough, but yeah, that's something that's a part of the album or a part of a song from the EP. Oh my gosh, it was so tough to play, but this track is so neoclassical, it's ridiculous. I love it. And yeah, that's cool that you mentioned that we haven't had anything of neoclassical shred for some time. That's a good point that you make because I thought of that too. But to be honest, the EP is more like 80s themed, I'll be honest. It's very 80s shred and so it's got some neoclassical for sure, but it's also it's very 80s like, to be honest. So a lot of the rhythm is very like 80s power chord style riffs and stuff, and it's just a little bit different, I guess, different from like what you're hearing nowadays with the whole like metal stuff. So it's more old school for sure, but it's still modern but old school at the same time. So I'm really excited about it. It's turning out really good. I wrote a new song recently that I really like too. So there's a few really cool songs I'm really liking. So I'll be hopefully getting that released soon and doing some music videos as well for the songs. Nice tone, thanks. Name that tone, how to make. This is Polychrome DSP from well, this is the McRocklin suite from Polychrome DSP. So I just like used one of these starting points and basically just tweaked the tone a little bit, added the delay I wanted, and well, the delay was already set pretty much the way I wanted it, so I didn't actually change much. But yeah, it's quite easy with this plugin to create the tone that I like. So I would recommend checking that out if you like my tone. Do you have a daily warm-up routine, or are you always warmed up from playing so often? I don't have a routine really. I'm just, you know, used to being able to fret a little bit. Like I start off by just playing maybe something slow, like I start off quite slow and then I work my way up to a faster speed, and then typically, yeah, that's what I do to warm up, and then mess around with some chord ideas. Yeah, I just mess around until I feel warmed up, and then yeah, I should be good to go. I don't have a routine really. I've never really had a routine. I probably should, but you know, it is what it is. I'll pay double if you put your tabs for your EP in Patreon. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Can you play Fusion? It's not my expertise really, but you know, I mess around with it a little bit. Do you have any pick slanting advice when pedal toning and string skipping at the same time? Because I cannot seem to get the hang of it. Pedal tone and string skipping, so like you're repeating the note like, oh, like this, like that. Pick slanting. I think you would just use down, wouldn't you? Yeah, I would just use downward. There's no reason, in my opinion, to do anything other than downward. Maybe even hybrid picking would help. Like, I don't know if you tried that. That's cool. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not super in practice with that kind of stuff right now. I mean, isn't there a different way he plays it? Vinnie Moore? Oh, he said similar to Vinnie Moore. Yeah. Is there a similar way? I think he does that a lot. Is there a similar pattern like? Now this is how you do it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I would just use alternate picking. I'm trying to see if I would use hybrid. I'm not seeing myself doing it. Yeah, you could use hybrid. That would be good too. That'd be good. I recommend hybrid picking or alternate. Alternate gives you the nice tone though. I don't know. They're both good. So he said, do you have any pick slanting advice? No, I would just say just typical alternate picking with a downward pick slant would work quite well. I'm looking at myself play it, and because I can see myself playing, and I'm trying to look at the pick slanting, so it looks like downward to me. Any plans for making clips with a harmonized guitar? I for one would love that. What's a harmonized guitar? He said, what's pedal toning? Pedal toning is when you pretty much repeat one note in a sequence. So, or at least there's got to be at least one note, I believe, for you to repeat. And in this case, that would be this note, which is a B note. So you'd kind of repeat that note by using other notes. Yeah, that's the note I would be repeating, and then I'm just using other notes. But you could also do it like this. Use that sequence. Actually, this is a cool way of doing it like this. Dang. I don't know why. For a second, I was just getting frustrated. I was like, what is going on with my technique right now? It sounded fine. It's no biggie. Dean Lamb from Arc Spire does a killer instructional on downward and upward pick slanting, John. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, downward and upward pick slanting are definitely useful. Like, when you're descending economy picking, I always use upward. Oh my gosh, it's every time. But you can use downward still. It's just when you're descending economy picking, you can get some really fast licks with upward. I used to at one point actually use upward pick slanting, or no, downward pick slanting when I was doing descending economy picking. It was actually kind of cool. Right now, I don't know if I could actually still do that. Let me try. No, it's just so much easier to use upward. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's no resistance. It just goes directly to the next string. I love it. Literally no resistance. Or ascending. I need to work on my ascending economy picking again. It's always like one of those things where I go to alternate for a while. Do you ever use fret / string dampeners like Greg Howe? And then someone said like a fret wrap. No, not really. I probably should get a good one though, like a fret wrap. And I've used them before, but not often. Maybe a handful of times, maybe. I think I would probably would be able to play cleaner, I'm sure, with it, but sometimes you just gotta do it the old school way. But I should probably get one. It's very convenient, I'm sure. Doesn't like Guthrie Govan use that too? Guthrie and Greg Howe are great, by the way. They're great. I'm almost out of coffee. I've never used a fret wrap. I'm too lazy. That's funny because wouldn't it be like some people would be like, it's lazy to use a fret wrap? No, I'm just joking. Guthrie has literally the best improv of all time. Yeah, he's great. His time feel is amazing. Do you have perfect pitch? No, probably not. You never know, but I don't think so. Maybe second to Miles Davis. Miles Davis. already starting to feel the scallops by now. After playing this thing for a couple hours, the scallop frets are definitely starting to, I'm starting to notice it. It's getting harder to play for sure. It's lazy to use a fret wrap while practicing, in my opinion. Similar to using a gate while practicing, like a noise gate. Most difficult thing you can do on guitar. I don't even know. There's nothing that I know right now that I can think of that's super difficult. Sometimes you just end those bends flawlessly, and that was one of those moments where that bend was perfect. There's nothing wrong with using those tools though. Yeah, I mean, I've never really used them that much, but I probably should. Probably could play a little cleaner, maybe. A little cleaner for recording. Alternate picked. Triplets are difficult. Anything alternate picking is a little bit more difficult just because of the actual, you know, effort involved. Like, it's not like economy picking where you're just like... Do you know Dr. Vlossi? I hear very similar phrasing among you. I actually don't know who that is. That's cool. Hold on. Let's get the tuner. Here we go. Okay. Any tips on legato to get started? Just try I would say hammer-ons first, and just and do that through every scale that that you can play, and start with that. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Use a little bit of hybrid picking. I think that helps a lot. So yeah, hammer-ons only. Start with that first, with all scales. What is the best exercise for alternate picking in your opinion? To start off with, I would say something like this. From Paul Gilbert, Intense Rock. It's great. Seriously, it is probably my favorite just to even warm up with. Support our guy and drop a like. He needs paid for being this good. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support, man. Seriously. Shout out to Encompass Thy Eclipse. Appreciate you. Are there any other YouTube guitarists you follow? There's I'm trying to think of some really good ones. There's a lot of good ones. Like who is out there I can think of? Like Rick Graham, Mick Rocklin, Charlie Robbins. Yeah, those are a few. They're great. Could you play any fast Mixolydian line/lick, please? Yeah, let's do it. I love that. Mixolydian pentatonic scale is actually my favorite. When you play a Mixolydian pentatonic scale, instead of doing 3 notes per string, it's actually 2 notes per string. So instead of going, you can do this. I wasn't expecting that to be that fingering for some reason. I'm like looking at myself play it. When you're doing like, you know, when you play this pentatonic lick, the one everyone knows. I was doing that with the Mixolydian pentatonic. I was like, oh, the fingering is a little odd right now for me because I haven't practiced that in a while. That's cool. It's really cool though. I like it a lot. I'm gonna actually work on that right now. Oh my gosh. You have to be a double pick or a hammer-on in there because my picking technique doesn't want to do that right now. getting closer. I guess I'm practicing right now. You guys are getting pretty much showing me practice. Yeah, it's cool. Let's try this right here. Oh, that is tough. Strad Marshall. The only thing missing from your playing is the big hair. Hey man, maybe I should just like grow it out super long and really get it down to like here. I tried one time and it just ends up getting pretty long. Maybe I need to wait it out. Maybe let it grow for a couple years. Love your playing and a big fan of you for a few years now. Thank you so much. Do you do music / guitar for a living? Yes, I do. That's what we came for, man. Oh, the practicing? Awesome. Awesome. That's interesting. You guys want to see me mess up a little bit. I'll try that again. Someone said just do the beard, do a really long beard. I've done that before. And it kind of gets pretty long. I just actually trimmed it short today. And I gave myself a lineup. And yeah, it'll grow a little longer pretty quick, but I don't know about the long beard. Like John Petrucci. Now that's a long beard. I could though, you never know. You never know. It looks super. I've tried it one. Like my long beard was like, it was like probably out to here once. I never got any real length. I still think Strat and Marshall is the best name ever for a guitarist. Strat and Marshall. I mean, come on. Hey, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Grow up, man. My hair is down to my caboose. It's a pain, though, not going to lie. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some, what's it called? Maintenance to be happened there. So, I've never had long hair, like super long hair. Like I've had it like down to like here probably. I think I got it till, oh, actually I remember pulling it down. It was like below my nose before. And that is just like when it gets so unmanageable. It's like, oh, what to do with all this hair? What are you playing through? I'm playing through Kiesel guitars. And what's it called? Polychrome DSP Mick Rockland Suite. Get the good tones through that, and it just sounds great. How much of an influence was Eddie Van Halen for you personally, and was he the greatest? Eddie Van Halen was actually a very big influence. Very, 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 very big influence. And basically, my main influence actually, especially when I first started playing guitar. Like, he was my main influence for sure. Within the first year, 6 months to a year, him and Randy Rhoads were my two favorite guitar players. And to this day, they're still my favorite guitar players. I was always a Randy Rhoads guy and a Eddie Van Halen guy. And you know what I always used to do back then? I used to always ask people, who is better, Randy Rhoads or Eddie Van Halen? And no matter what, I would always get a different answer. And everyone would be like, this guy's better. No, or Randy Rhoads is better. Eddie Van Halen's better. And just like, now when I think back, like I can't even think about comparing them. They're just two different guitar players, but both, I would say, just as talented. I mean, it's so hard to say. I don't know. I like both of their music. I'm not going to pick because I think they're both the greatest, but they seriously inspired me so much. Paul Gilbert lick? I think that was more than one Paul Gilbert lick. Love the Kiesel, love the Kiesel guitar. Hey, thanks, man. I love it too. Beautiful. Seriously, look at that scallop frets are really showing in that lighting right now. I don't know if it's shadows, but those frets look huge. Well, they are jumbo frets, but also there's actually not very much wood on these frets because they're scalloped. So yeah, they look beautiful though. I think a scalloped fretboard looks amazing. I like the way they look a lot. All right. Thank you to everyone who joined the live stream. I'm going to head out now. It was a good stream. Thank you to everyone who joined. And I really appreciate the support. So I will be back doing another live stream probably sometime next week. And maybe like 7 days from now. This is a good time, I think. Because it's, Sunday. And yeah, it's a good time to do a live stream, I think, on today. Especially since it's like earlier in the afternoon. I don't know if this is a good time for everyone, but from the time zone of everyone else, I don't know if this is, he said best time zone. Yeah, so this might be the best time based off of everyone else's time zone. I'm not fully sure, but we're going to try it for next week at the same time. Looking forward to the next one. Cool. Thanks. So thank you to everyone who joined. He said also, always fun watching your amazing playing. Have a good day. Hey, you too. And appreciate the support from everyone again. And I'll be back possibly before next week, but I'll definitely be uploading new videos by then, by 7 days from now. So watch out for some or be watching out for some new videos and stuff, because yeah, I'll be uploading some more videos. Maybe leave some suggestions for some new videos you guys want to see, and I'll try my best to check out those suggestions and make some new videos based off of those suggestions. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later, and have a good rest of the week. Peace.